From Los Angeles to a worldwide audience, this is Boaz Power TV, where we take your life to the next level. Now, internationally known speaker and author, here's Boaz.
Hi, welcome to the Power Show. You are part of the Power Nation, and I'm so delighted that you're here. Here we help take your life to the next level by helping to improve your attitude, your relationships, your finances, and your career. This is episode number 117 on Boaz Power TV, and I call this one The 5 Questions. The 5 Questions. A few days ago, I was conducting a seminar for a group of CEOs in the Los Angeles area. The meeting was held at the headquarters of one of the members of the group. Now, during the break, as I was returning to the meeting room, I noticed a gentleman about age around 60 in his cubicle. He looked as though he could have been from Europe. So I stopped and talked to him to satisfy my curiosity, and I wanted to learn about his background. My parents were from Europe, mother from Poland, dad from Austria, and I was born in Israel. So I found out his name was Janek. During the next 5 minutes, I learned that he was born in Poland, the same country where my mother was born. Janek studied engineering, married there, and had 2 daughters. Through the years, he communicated with friends who had immigrated to the United States. Janek dreamt about going to America. So about 15 years ago, Janek made his move first to France and then to the Eastern Seaboard of the U.S. Because he had friends in the Los Angeles area, he eventually settled his family there. Janek's daughters have married, and he proudly pointed to the pictures of his 3 grandchildren. He now works as an industrial designer and is very happy in America. I made Janek feel important by showing genuine interest in him. And by the way, this is a foundational concept of one of the books I promote in my seminars all over the world, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. He said, to be successful, be genuinely interested in other people. Be genuinely interested in other people. And I'm fascinated. I always learn so much from other people. So why not be interested? And so I made Janek feel important by showing genuine interest in him. And since I asked a specific set of easy-to-answer questions, he found it very comfortable to talk with me. Because our connection with Poland and the fact that we were both immigrants, we easily built bridges between us. People are much more alike than they are different. 6 degrees of separation. When we build bridges with people, we are more likely to create great relationships, to get cooperation, and to conduct business. Talking with other people becomes easier when you realize that everybody's got a story. Just like my mother said, everybody's got a story. And those stories, in most cases, are very interesting. Janek's story was fascinating to me. And look how much I learned about him in less than 5 minutes. We can all learn so much from the challenges, successes, and adventures of others. When you meet someone new and find a way to allow them to talk, they will quickly hold you in high esteem. It always works. They will feel comfortable with you within minutes, and they will often want to talk with you further. So, how do I get so many people to talk with me so easily? Well, getting people to talk with you becomes simple when you have specific, easy-to-answer questions that you can use every time. I speak before many groups of people throughout the world. I'm amazed with how productive the following conversation-starting ideas have been for the people who use them. Now, these are questions that I observed my mother asking people. And she came to America, no money, no English. In a few years, she had both, and she was very successful. So these are 5 questions that you can ask informally. You may want to write them down as I give them to you to make you feel confident and make the person you're meeting feel important. Now, I'm taking for granted that you are genuinely interested in other people. Thus, here are 5 simple questions that anyone will find easy to answer. Now, ahead of question number 1, Mother would always use a phrase to disarm you, to relax you. I'm just curious. I'm just curious, which is much nicer than saying, tell me your social security number and how much money do you make? There's a difference in those 2 approaches. So she very gently said, I'm just curious. Then her number 1 question after the opening, I'm just curious, where are you from originally? Where are you from originally? Again, everybody's got a story. Question number 2 had 2 options depending on the answer to number 1. So if you tell me you're originally from right here, wherever you are in the universe, your answer is right here. Question 2 became, have you lived there all your life? People move around a lot. So if you told me you're from right here, wherever you are, question 2 became, have you lived here all your life? On the other hand, question 1 to you, where are you from originally? You tell me another state or another country. Then question 2 becomes, what brought you here? You know, you were way over there, now you are here. Mother said people don't just get up and leave. They have a reason. She wanted to know your reasons. So once again, after the opening, I'm just curious. Question 1, where are you from originally? 2 is either have you lived here all your life or what brought you here? Question 3, to create great relationships with lots of people, is simply, do you have a family? Do you have a family? Most people like talking about their family. And then question 4, what do you do? What do you do? Did you ever notice for most people it's a lead-off question, what do you do and is there anything in it for me? No, this was not the determining factor for my mother as to whether she wanted to get to know you, just more information about you. Thus it was question 4, not question 1. So question 4 is what do you do? Question 5, what did you want to be when you were growing up? What did you want to be when you were growing up? Isn't it a wonderful question? Gets people to think about their life, takes them back to an innocent moment. So most people like talking about their roots and about their families, and once you get someone started with easy questions, they'll usually find it easy to keep talking. Now, if the person you're talking to is someone you'd like to speak with again or do business with in the future, make notes of the answers to the questions as soon as you have a moment. When you speak in the future, you can then refer back to your notes. That makes people feel important, that you took note. You not only heard them, but you listened, and then you felt it was important enough to make a note. People are honored when we let them talk, and even more so when we refer to something they told us in the past, and that shows that you were genuinely interested and took the time to remember. Many people have told me that they were amazed with how much they learned about other people when they started using my 5 questions. These questions will give you an easy and non-threatening way to start conversations and to make people feel important. Now, to further help in a new conversation, start with the phrase, as I said, I'm just curious, because that gets people to relax. And be sure that your tone is easy and simply inquisitive in a nice way. Now, this I'm just curious is psychologically a way to disarm anyone. It's like a warm pump on a water pump on a farm. In order to get the water to start flowing from the well below in the old pumps, you had to pour some water into the pump. You had to prime the pump. So just when you're ready to give up, that's the time to continue pumping, because that's when the water would begin flowing. So a little more pumping and here comes the water. The same is true with people. The I'm just curious phrase is like priming the pump. Asking the 5 questions is the actual pumping process, and the answers comprise the flow of the water. Thus, by using the opening phrase and following with the 5 questions, you'll see this magic process and how it creates in you the ability to talk with others and to create great relationships. The affirmation for this episode of Boaz Power TV, it's an affirmation of great communication. You may want to write it down. I use the 5 questions to start conversations. I'm a human relations expert. I use the 5 questions to start conversations. I'm a human relations expert. Thank you for joining me. If you like these messages, and a lot of people worldwide find them very beneficial, please forward this to 5 people you know. Suggest they go to my website, boazpower.com, and they can also subscribe to this free weekly broadcast on Boaz Power TV. You are special, you are unique, you are destined for greatness. I see it in you. You are a champion. Have a powerful day.
This has been Boaz Power TV. To comment, see other episodes, or to subscribe to this free broadcast, go to our blog at boazpower.com. That's boazpower.com. We're here to take your life to the next level.